Yes, sir, he did. I'm not sure when that evaluation was filled out, but Tyler Harbor was transferred to my department from the IT department. He'd been a problem employee, and I assigned him to go to the courts every morning. You can check with all 5 of the sessions judges. He was there every morning. He was signing people up for DUI school and traffic school. He didn't have a lot of stuff on his computer dealing with reports because, as you said, we didn't trust him. All right? He had to gain his trust with me, just like all of my 20 employees. Was he doing political work on county time? I don't know. I can't watch them all 20, 8 hours a day. There's not enough of me to go around. You know, I wish there was. But, you know, the putting people's names on the computer, on the screen, and talking about innuendos, about untruthfulness. I've been a county employee for 17 years. And excuse me, you know, I'm a little torqued over this because never before has my integrity been called into question until all the politics started. And that's what this is, politics, at its worst. It's a sad day for Knox County. Sad day for Knox County when the sheriff's office, and I'm from the sheriff's office, where it came from. I have the utmost respect for those employees, the men and women in blue. And I think all of them would tell you it's about politics too. This investigation would have never been done if the record investigation hadn't been done. Would have never happened. Scott, you and I have been friends for a long time and grew up together. You want to talk about knowing what people do? For 3 months, Sheriff Hutchinson gave me time off to work on your campaign. You and I went door to door together. We drove in a gold Ford Explorer that he gave me that was county issued, and we put signs up out of it. If you want to talk about what county employees do on the real time, let's talk about it all. Let's talk about the real truth, not just one circumstance, not just one person. I'm tired of the witch hunt, and if you want to know the truth, subpoena me. You'll get the real truth. That's all I have to say.
Mr. Cook, if you had time off at the sheriff's office,
Scott,
I don't watch you, Mr. Cook, when you was at the sheriff's office, just like you're saying that we don't know what to
Scott, you were a sergeant in the sheriff's office for how long? 15 years?
I was at the sheriff's office 15 years.
Okay. Did me and you put signs up out of a sheriff's department Gold Explorer?
I think it was an Explorer, but how would I know what it is?
It had government tags on. You know, you want to talk about my $4,200 travel allowance. You voted on it. You act like you didn't know that I had a county car. You rode to Nashville in that county car about 5 or 6 times. The only time that all this came up is because you got mad at me. You, Scott, you got mad at me because I wouldn't hire your wife.
That is a.
You need to be careful.
I can promise you, because okay. I've got the record, Mr. Cook, of where you sent the letter to the U.S. District Attorney's Office and to Randy Nichols saying that I violated the law during that. You hired an attorney. I went to Mr. Nichols' office. I did an interview with the sheriff's office on tape about that. What was your response? Your attorney's.
You also swore on the Bible, and that fiasco we just seen over about 2 weeks ago, that you tell the truth in that too, and I think we all know where that went. I'm not going to stand up here and call names. I think we all know the truth. We're all adults. This is politics at its worst. You're going to play with my ball or my way, or I'm going to go home, or I'm going to humiliate you. But if we're going to talk about the truth, let's tell the whole truth, all the truth.
So that's what we need to do.
I do too.
Maybe if somebody could call Randy Nichols' office and see if Mr. Nichols would care to come down here. And we want to ask him some questions why the sheriff's office has these charges and no charges have been brought. You know, I'm tired of somebody saying because we're asking some questions and the sheriff's department's had an investigation and now it's all back to my fault. I'm surprised Al Gore hadn't blamed global warming on me yet, but I'm sure it's probably coming. But I will stand and defend myself, because Mr. Cook has already in the past sent letters to U.S. Attorney's Office saying I violated the law. So you know, we'll continue down that road, but we'll get Mr. Nichols down here and we'll proceed.
I don't know what Al Gore has to do with all this.
Well, Mr. Cook, you know what's been said in the paper. Mr. Ballard has a problem with my father-in-law, and it's my fault. Mr. Hammond brought my name, said Tyler Harbor run my campaign. Lowentritt run it. I know who ran it. And anything that happens, you want to.
Scott, are you saying that you didn't call me and tell me to hire your wife? Are you saying that?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. And then you didn't call the mayor and try to get me fired because I didn't hire your wife. Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly true.
All right. He's on record saying that. Just everybody remember that.
We've seen that the mayor evidently is untruthful.
Mr. Cook,
But I have a question for Mr. Cook.
I have some questions for you. So
Yes, I have a question for you.
Commissioner Moore, are you done?
Mr. Cook, I have a question for you.
Commissioner Lambert, we've got a lot of lights on.
I'm done until Mr. Nichols gets down here, and then I've got some questions for Mr. Nichols about this investigation, why they were not charges brought, and that might be his decision, but I want him to tell us in Knox County taxpayers why.
Okay. Are you done now, Commissioner Moore? All right. Hey, I'm going to try to keep this in order, okay? Everybody's got their lights on. Everybody get a chance to talk, okay? Let's try to do this one at a time. And right now, I'm going to give the floor to Chairman Pinkston, and then I'll get to everybody who's got their lights on. But I'm just going to remind everybody, we've got a lot on our agenda, okay? So let's see if we can wrap this up, because in my opinion, we're starting to stray away from what was on the agenda.
Mr. Cook, come back to the podium, please.
Mr. Chairman Pinkston.
Chairman Pinkston, as a senior official representing the mayor's office here, I've instructed Mr. Cook not to make any more comments. If you want to take issue with it, please, sir, take issue with me.
All right, sir. I'll be glad to do that.
And be as mad at me as you need to be. But I think it's the appropriate thing to do to ask him to refrain until, if this body is going to conduct a 202 hearing, then certainly that would be the appropriate time, I think, to air some of these issues out. But I'm like Mr. Chairman Luthold. I feel like we're getting way off the rails here.
So you're lawyering up?
What I'm saying, what I want to say is I've got the floor, I believe. Give me the floor. What am I doing political here? Attack me. I don't know about Mr. Moore, but I went to the mayor's office on May the 29th and talked to him about these P-card things and told him the discrepancies I'd had and asked him to clean things up. I talked to him that night again right here, and he told me, he just flat told me he wasn't going to do anything. But he told me in his meeting, in his office, the first meeting, that if I come forward with this, that he would attack county commission. And I told him if county commission had done wrong, they need to be jerked up here. Now, attack me. What have I done? I am here to try to see that the taxpayers' money is used properly. I have people in my district where you have wasted more money than a lot of them are retired on, Mr. Van Debate, illegally, I might say, according to the travel policy. Now, I don't know about Commissioner Moore's things and Mr. Cook, that's between them. They both have the right to do. But this is not politically. I bought this before this committee here, and it's not political, and I demand to get to the answers of it, and I'm not through yet. I've got a whole lot more coming. I've been staying up to 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning checking records. And I want to see that this taxpayers' money is used properly because that's what I was elected for. But to say this is political when I was the one who brought it forward is wrong. Now, if Mr. Cook wants to come back up and answer this, he's welcome to. But I'm telling you that now, since you're speaking for him. Do you have anything to say on that, sir? What have I done wrong?
Commissioners, you recall I didn't step up.
No, I understand that.
I simply suggested that as the senior administrator for the mayor's office, I thought it was appropriate to bring this discussion to a close. If this body convenes a 202 hearing and Mr. Cook is subpoenaed, he'll appear. I would submit to you that I think he would appear before a hearing by this body without a 202 hearing and without a subpoena being issued.
But not today.
But we have, not today, temporary declaring. We have about 5 discussions on the table. I'm not sure at any point in time If we're talking about P cards